Haugen. Check the description box below for exactly what sound gadgets I'm using today, how to schedule lessons with me, live streams, and more on Patreon, and my deep dive Guitar Zen courses. It's all on my website. Those of you who follow my channel know that I'm a bit of a Mustang aficionado. I have a 1966 Mustang and have had it since what? I was 14 years old. So I like to think of myself as sort of an authority on these instruments. I don't really think of myself as an authority on anything. But anyway, when I saw that Fender came out with this one, the Competition Stripe 70s Ventera 2, I had to ask my buddies at Twin House Music in Carborough, North Carolina, if I could borrow one to do a comparison to see how they feel in comparison to the vintage ones. I just got it. I picked it up last night. Here's my impression so far. The feel is just about exactly the same. The weight is about the same. The neck profile feels about the same. Sonically, gonna be a little bit different. That's because of just, well, my Mustang is just weird. But let's go through it. Okay, Mustangs, if you don't know about them, they're a short scale guitar, which means, here, let's go to side cam. From this distance here to the bridge back here is only 24 inches, that's the same as a Fender Jaguar. So if you're not the tallest person in the world and have somewhat small hands, people would say, hey, this is a good instrument for you because, yeah, you won't have to reach, well, that extra, inch and a half, which, I mean, really, it's really not that far. That's like there to there. So I don't know about that really, because I play Strats and Tellys and Gibson scale length guitars too. So I maybe call a little bit of snake oil on that. The things that make the Mustang sound like the Mustang, people wonder about these pickups. Here, let's look at these over here. And these switches. That's what makes a Mustang a Mustang. These are really, again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're basically Strat pickups like Alnico 2 or maybe Alnico 5, single coil, flat pole pieces covered in plastic. They're not EMGs or lace sensors or anything special like that. The thing that makes Mustangs unique is this this setup here, which is a terrible bridge, just so you know. This thing never stays in tune. This moves back and forth and doesn't stay in position. On mine, I have it, I had Wes Lamb at Pre-War Guitars put bushings around this, because here, let's look over here. That moves forward when you put the tremolo down, and it moves back. It's supposed to rock, but oftentimes if you're not careful, it will stay in one of those positions, not where it's supposed to be. And then your intonation will be squirrely AF. Oh, and also, okay, so back to these pickup switches, over to this camera again. In the middle, they are both off. Forward is this pickup on, or backward. No difference. That's no difference which way you put it, and same for this one. Middle, they're off. Now, if they're both in the same direction, it's both pickups on in phase. If they are both in extreme direction, then they're both pickups on out of phase, which gives you that. Wait, what's that riff? Which, is kind of neat, kind of a neat setting. I don't ever use it. And in fact, on my Mustang, I rewired it to just bypass that. So again, middle is both of them off. Either way on is on. Is there a riff that starts like that? Now, here's my observations about Mustangs while I check the tuning again. They are not for everyone, and they are not for, oh, need to have a pickup on to check the tuning. They're not for everyone, and they're not for everything. Um, just because, well, these short scale guitars, they won't have the, it's, think of it sort of, well, it's a Fender, so it's like a Fender, but you're going to have less sustain. However, I observe that like they kind of have a little bit of darkness to them because of the short scale. They don't have as much snap. So that can be good or bad. For me, I tend to use my Mustang more as like a special like occasion instrument when I know the part. I want that kind of darkness and that like a dark thwackiness to the part. Whereas like these days, if I'm doing a more proper part that can do anything, I'm more likely than not going to use a Telecaster or a Stratocaster, just because they're a little more balanced. There's a little more space between the tones. But if you closed your eyes, yeah, they kind of sound the same. Now, I won't lie, that has the deco on. Here's what the guitar sounds like, just neck pickup. That's another thing I always point out, that Mustangs without any sort of pedal on them don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of output. They don't have a lot of sustain. They don't have a lot of character. That's a pro and con. That's definitely a pro and con because, well, then do you have good pedals? Do you have a good amp? Then, yeah, you can use those to kind of get more out of it. So, yeah, I'm using the Strymon Deco to get a little more personality out of the instrument. So let's play some clean riffs, and then, yeah, here we go. We're going to start A-Bing this guy versus, my trusty 1966. So I keep playing this Brian Jonestown Massacre riff. There it is, a neck pickup by itself. Here it is, both pickups on in phase. Let's go both pickups out of phase. Okay. I don't know when you're going to use that, but there's that sound. All right, let's see what it sounds like through trusty old Mustang. Same riff. Very scientific. So this has Tom Brantley Rewinds pickups in it. So these pickups feel a little hotter than that one. That's neck pickup by himself. Let's hear that riff again. Both pickups on. Oh, wait, I'm getting confused. Oh, one slight difference. My 66, no body contours on this. It's a slab body, so there's no cuts. And these stick out a lot more than they do on the new guy. I think they sunk them in maybe in 69, but yeah, mine, people complain you catch on those. Okay, so here's bridge pickup, which this is, I think, why I love this guitar. The bridge pickup on this. It's a lot to me like a Telecaster pickup, but it's yeah, not quite as intense. I have no idea what that was, but that was kind of weird. Let's hear both pickups doing that riff. Yeah, so sonically a little bit different. This one has a little more output. It could be just because of these Tom Brantley pickups, or it could just be this guitar. I will tell you what I don't like about my 66 is the low E string. It has always been a hot spot on this guitar. It's one of the main problems I have with it. always is like a good 2 dB louder than everybody else. Now let's keep doing the clean-ish riffs here. In fact, here, let's turn the deco off. I'm going to do both pickups on. I'm obsessed with this. Is one of the greatest R&B guitar riffs of all time. In fact, I'm going to put some tremolo on after the fact. See that? Yeah, that's Mustangs for you. So whenever I put a capo on, I always they always will pull that low E string sharp. So you saw me just tug at it there to try and get it back. I went a little bit too far. Slip Away, what a great riff. Wait, where is it? It's so simple, it's so great. Okay, now let's go ahead and check it out with the New Kid on the Block. Same. Why can all I think of is Clarence White? Clarence. Oh my God, why can't I remember the name? Horrible. Okay, so that was both pickups on, in phase, capo. This very simple riff. What's that capo? Oh, I think I was the wrong fret. I think it's supposed to be 1 fret lower. Okay. No deco, so this is just pure Mustang, both pickups on, in phase. Dude, it sounds the same. Hold on, get that capo right. There we go. Yeah, so far it sounds exactly the same. Let's just do the fun thing, out of phase. Who's gonna use that? I don't know. I guess that could be useful for something. Really quiet out of phase. Just neck pickup. Yeah, I mean, okay, let's do a fun game. Oh wait, I don't think I can open up. I haven't checked the prices on vintage Mustangs right now. I mean, my brother bought my 66 Mustang off of a dude for what, $350 back in the 90s. But I think you could still get a vintage Mustang for around $2,000 American, maybe less. And these are around 1,100 US dollars. So, I mean, it is cheaper. I mean, I do love that they did this. I mean, that's really great. So it is actually pretty much a toss up, because I'm telling you, it feels exactly the same, just with new frets, and it sounds like pretty much exactly the same. A little bit less hot, but also I'm looking at these pickups; they're not quite as close to the strings as mine. So all things are not quite equal. What's that? Let's check. Let's put the deco back on and get a little more aggro. Playing some Spoon. Don't Make Me a Target. That was neck pickup. Yeah, again, with Mustangs, you just always check the tuning. Also, I did adjust the action. This guitar does. If it were my guitar and not on sale at Twin House Music, I would turn the neck a little bit. So now let's check this guy's bridge pickup playing that Spoon. Don't Make Me a Target yet? Mustang bridge pickups are really cool. Both pickups in phase. Both pickups out of phase. That just cracks me up every time I hear it. I guess that's cool, I guess. All right, this is a fun game. So same settings. Compare him to the old guy, new guy, old guy. I mean, I have the old guy. And as much as I want to buy that guitar from Brian, I'm like, no, Eric, you don't need two of exactly the same thing. But what if I need a backup? I need a backup for the back. No, you don't, Eric. You have 14 guitars. Okay, let's see. Here is neck pickup. I like this one more. So I guess that's speaking to Tom's pickup quality. Both pickups on. Bridge pickup. My favorite pickup of all my guitars is this pickup right here, I think. Yeah. Absolutely. That is a very true statement. This is my favorite bridge pickup. I'm going to do a video where I go through every one of my guitars. And compare the bridge pickups to really to see what the difference is. But I know that, like, yeah, that I always use this one if I want to do like my Mark Ribot. Just because it has, it's bright like a Telecaster pickup, but not so insane. Like it without, it's just a little bit less. It's somewhere in between. Like a Strat bridge pickup is kind of just comical, but yeah, this one. Now that I got this guitar out, one thing that I think I love about Mustangs, like I said, because they don't have a lot going on, they're really great for fuzz. Cactus Evil, y'all know that riff? So that's my Dusky Augustus Octafuzz. Yeah, that's the Dusky head, the Dusky Octafuzz. Which, yeah, Octafuzzes always sound great on a single coil guitar neck position pickup because that's where the bloom is. All right, now let's just go ahead and test that same. I have a real soft spot for like all like the, I don't know, what would you call it? Like the 70s psychedelic blues rock stuff that's didn't quite make it to Led Zeppelin status. It kind of is like almost there, but didn't get it. Yeah. Also, like, I love the bands that were the band before the band. Like, I love that ZZ Top was the Moving Sidewalks and Faces was Small Faces. Like, I don't know, just the music dork in me loves that. Okay, so this is neck pickup playing that same Cactus riff. Again, Octafuzzes, here's the reason. If you don't own an Octafuzz and you're like, should I get one? Double stop bends up high. Also, Evil by Cactus has a great octave fuzz solo in it. Listen again, this is why. Same riff a little bit, both pickups on. Out of phase. It's a little bit hard to tell with that riff. And now we're just detouring into octave fuzz stuff. So like the sound setting you heard me use in the opening was phase 90, neck position pickup, octave fuzz, and still the deco going at the end, which tends to serve to just kind of squish everything together. That's also your David Gilmour setting. Out of phase? Both on, in phase. Okay, well now we just got to compare. That, by the way, that sound setting, well, we'll talk about it in a second. It's also Billy Corgan's sound setting. Phase 90, or any phase, really. Octave fuzz, and then whatever else. That's kind of, dude, right? Yeah. Billy Corgan, underrated lead guitar player. I love his leads. Also, Rivers Cuomo, underrated lead guitar player. I love his leads as well. So memorable. Triple chin. Okay, so neck position, same. All right, we don't need to do more. What about? Oh, wait. Okay, well, now, okay, let's go ahead and check that riff on the other guitar, too. Let's see how you sound on New Guy. They're really close. This is just fun to do. This guitar is brighter. I can hear up top we got a little bit of dead frets going on. But that's also a function of a good setup could probably get that. But also Fenders, 7.25 radius Fenders, you know, that's that, you know, vintage radius there. Up high like that, you're going to get that. That's a... Here, turn everybody off, listen. Is a little bit dead up top, but that's Fenders for you. Again, that's, well, without going too far, that's, you know, that here, look at this camera there. The way Fenders are set, dead set to the body like that, parallel. Gibsons, they cock, you know, they'll put, don't bump this guitar on anything. They'll bump the neck a little bit more that way, so you get a little more singing sustain up top. I think I've noodled around enough. My main takeaway is like, you know, I have, like I said, check the prices of vintage ones, but man, these are really cool. It sounds almost exactly the same, feels almost exactly the same. Yeah, I'd say totally worth it. Totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. 100%. Looks amazing. With a little bit of a setup tweak, like all guitars need, you'd be good to go. We'll leave it at that for today. If you enjoy my work, please like, subscribe, and share. That costs you nothing, and that helps people like me out immensely. One more time around again, everything about my business is on my website, Lessons with Me, live streams and more on Patreon, including, I also throw lots of stuff up there. That's kind of a way to keep up with me on the regular, like, what did Eric do this week? Here's what I did this week. I'll put that backing track up there to noodle around with because it is a fun backing track. And then the other way I stay in business is the courses I make. It's all on my website. That's how it works. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.